Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bull Time Investor. Again, Corey Marlowe here from Financial Partners. And today we want to touch on the financial planning process. Financial planning to us at Financial Partners is the foundation of getting us to better understand your goals, ideas, interests, desires. And what it does at the end of the day is we run some numbers and it gives us a probability of helping you achieve your goals. So when we start working with an individual or family or company, we give them a document, and it's called your financial inventory. And the basis of it is basically to allow us to gain a more clear idea of what you'll need for a more secure and comfortable retirement. So we basically give out the document, and the document is a living, breathing object. And what I mean by that is that we look at everything from your assets, checking, savings accounts, certificates of deposits, brokerage balances, if you have Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, life insurance policies, anything like that. So we take that, and then we also look at your expenditures. So the process behind it is a little cumbersome because there is some homework that you'll have to do. And then at the end, what we want you to do is give us some goals. And so the initial goal that we're looking for, obviously, is retirement, the most important one. And so we ask you to kind of give us an idea of if you retired today and didn't have any debt, for example, how much money would you want on a monthly basis to be able to live a comfortable lifestyle? And so we kind of put all of this thing together. And again, it's not the Bible, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it gives us a very, very good idea of how you should be allocated. So it allows us as a firm to better understand what type of diversification you should look like. Are the existing assets that you have invested too risky? Not risky enough? Do you have too much money in cash? Are you over concentrated in equities? Do you need more bond exposure? Is your tax situation super high that we need to look at different tax saving strategies, such as tax loss harvesting on equity accounts or municipal bonds that derive tax-free interest in certain situations? And then also, we ask you to kind of dream big a little bit for us. And so obviously in retirement, there's things that people want and people want to achieve. Do you want to buy a boat? Do you want a lake house? Do you want to tithe money to your local parish? Do you want to leave money behind to some family? Do you want to pay for some college? And so each one of those things, we ask you to goal out. And so we say, if you want one of these things, give us an understanding of when you want it to happen, how much you think it's going to cost, and we run the numbers for you. One of the important things to understand when it comes to holistic financial planning is that we don't know what's going to happen going forward, but we have a pretty good understanding of what's happened in the past. So we have to obviously use probable rates of return for different asset classes. But more importantly, we factor in things like inflation. The things obviously cost more 10 years from now than they do today. So it's very important to kind of factor in those as well. Taxes. Not everybody likes paying taxes, but unfortunately, it's something that we can't really get around. There's things that we can help mitigate it, but everybody has to pay them, obviously. So at the end of the process, what we do is we take the data back, and it spits out a report for us. We then bring you back into the office, sit down with you. We go over the presentation with you on the TV here. And it's a pretty engaging and kind of bring to light exercise. If you have not had a financial plan done for yourself, for your family, for your business, we highly encourage you to do one. In fact, when we take on new prospects and interview new clients to work with our firm, we will not work with anybody that does not commit to a full-blown financial plan, because quite frankly, it's unfair to you for us to just guess how you should be invested. And it's unfair to us because without knowing the bigger picture, it's very difficult for us to understand where you're trying to get to. So today in the installment of the Bull Time Investor, we just kind of wanted to touch on that financial planning process, what it looks like. If you're interested in doing one, or if you have any questions on one, if you've had one done in the past and you'd like us to do one for you. If you're clients of ours and we haven't touched base on yours, then we can bring it up to speed. But like I said, it is a living, breathing document that we come back to at least a couple times a year. And it is a very, very, very important piece to the retirement planning puzzle. So that's all we have for today. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Bold Time Investor. Corey Marlowe with Financial Partners signing off. Until next time.